Yeah, I think first of all, I think that's how Iowa State wins football games right there, exactly what they did. Just kind of hang on, stay in there all the way to the end, and then you make some mistakes, and next thing you know, you lose by 17. So give them credit. I think obviously we did some good things tonight. We also did some bad things. If you think about defensively, I was really proud of the way they played, particularly in the first half. And I thought they really played a good second half, and up until the last, 9 minutes or whatever, when they got the ball back. And they picked up 3 third downs on a critical drive when we're down 3. We got to get off the field, and then offense goes out. We have to punt the ball back to them, and then they go down and score again. So other than the last little bit, I think defensively played really good. Offensively, they were dropping 8 all day. They did not pressure us. They just dropped 8, kept everything in front. That's why we were able to run the football. We did not throw it very well, but if you're dropping 8 and everybody's in the back defensive backfield, there's nowhere to throw it. And I think so we did take advantage of that. Sorsby had a great night rushing. Corey kind of ran hard tonight again. Turnover hurt again tonight. In the red zone, so you're driving the score right there is a big momentum. We were able to get a turnover off of them, so and go down and score a touchdown. So that was a wash. But I think ultimately it was a great battle, great football game up until the last 7 minutes. And I think we got to learn how to finish as a program. You can't play good for 54 minutes. You have to play good for 60 minutes. You can't relax. You can't give in. You can't make mistakes in the last 6 minutes against good football teams because this is what will happen. So we got to do better. We got to do better and finish. And and that's the bottom line. They finished. We did.
13 penalties, and obviously the false starts are the most glaring ones. How surprising is it, just with such a veteran group, with the offensive line, that they were so undisciplined?
Yeah, very disappointed in that. We talked about having poise and patience all week. That's the one thing we harped on every single day. And part of having poise is being able to sit in there and wait for the cadence. We go on the clap, and you got to wait for it. And you can't jump early. You can't flinch. And it's very aggravating. And we got to do better. We have to do better. And you talk about you got guys that's played a lot of football. We've done it some throughout the year, but nothing like tonight. Tonight was glaring, and that's one of the things that happens to you. You get off the sticks a little bit. Now it's 2nd and 15. Well, guess what they're going to do? They're going to drop 8 and keep everything in front of them. So if you're able to stay on the sticks, now you make it a more conventional defense where you can get some throws down the field, do some different things. It's unacceptable. And we've up, down, and we ran them. We got to continue to do things to get it in their head to say, have poise, sit in there, and be able to operate our offense. It's ridiculous. And we did it on punt team tonight too. We moved on that. That's ridiculous. The punt team was horrendous tonight. It was awful, and we got to get better. The field position in the last 2 games, what we've done on punt team is unacceptable. We have to get better there, and we will. And whether it's doing some different things scheme wise, or if it's putting different guys in there, because what we're doing right now is not good enough.
Is this the most disappointed you've been this season?
Well, I don't know about the most, but very disappointed. You play for 54 minutes. You're right there in there going toe to toe. A team was ranked 10th in the country 2 weeks ago on the road, and then you just let it fall apart in the last 6-7 minutes. And that's where we got to continue to grow as a program, and we have to do better. It's not it's unacceptable. The guys got a high snap, and we're blitzing, and we don't have anybody filling the A gap, and he goes and runs in for a touchdown. We have to do better there. And I'm not blaming one side of the ball or the other. Offensively, we got to do the same thing. We got to do better. We have to hold on to the football. We can't turn the ball over. So yeah, there's a lot of things we can get better at. And we have to finish games. That's the biggest thing. You can't play good for 54 minutes. That's not good enough.
Did this game give any more clarity into why the passing game is struggling so much?
I think this team right here coming in defensively was one of the best pass defenses in the country for a reason. And they struggle stopping the run. So we felt like we needed to exploit the run and run the Q tonight and run Corey and pick and hit and choose whenever you are going to throw the football. And I thought there was a couple more plays we could have completed tonight. One would have been a big play to Evan Pryor. He's loose in the first half. It's going to be probably an 80-yard touchdown if we can connect on that one. That certainly would have helped the stats a little bit off, passing wise. But you have to take what they give you. If they're dropping 8 and playing cover 3 and with 8 guys back there keeping everything in front of them, you don't want to force the ball. You don't want to put it in harm's way and have another turnover. So you have to take what they give you. And I think we did that. With Corey rushing for 120 and Brendan rushing for 141. I mean, you got 2 guys over 100 yards.
Was Fletcher healthy? Did that play a part in anything that went on?
I don't think so. He was healthy. I mean, he was good. I think it was, he had a couple of errant punts that were not good. The big punt that got out, I mean, he's got to punt it to the right side. He would punt it to the middle of the field, and it gets back to the field. The other one was a high snap. I mean, it was almost over his head. Did a great job to get it and at least get it off. So that's on the snapper. It's not just one person. I think it's several people. It's cover teams. It's a snapper. It's some punts. It's everybody, and we just got to be better.
Were all those penalties on your guys, or was it the noise, or it looked
well,
like
I think
Brendan was lobbying the referees?
Yeah, I mean, there's some times, this has happened to us before. When you go on the clap, a noise that a defense makes sounds like a clap, makes your guy jump off sides. That's illegal. Sometimes it's hard to tell. The last one we got, they smacked the defensive tackle to move him over, and when they smack him, what does that sound like? And that's when John Williams moved. I mean, so now they got to sit in there. They got to hear Sorsby clap, not somebody else clap. I mean, so that's part of it. But it's really just more poise and sitting in there and not moving, until our quarterback tells you to move.
On the punt game, is there any thought to go with Max moving forward?
No, I mean, I don't think so. I mean, I think as we continue to look at it, they both punt every day. We see both of them. Max is certainly capable and has a big leg. But we're going to continue to look at it. I mean, I think, we want to put the best guy out there that gives us the best chance. So we'll continue to look at that. And, it hadn't really been an issue as far as the punts go. The actual punts tonight was certainly not his best night.
The league's still crazy. Kansas State lost tonight. You got two to go yet.
Yeah, no, I mean, obviously we got to look at what we got to do better this game, and we got to go back on the road next week at Kansas State, a good football team. Regardless if they won or lost tonight, they're a good football team. Have good players, good coaches. It's a tough league. If you make mistakes, you will not win in this league, and everybody exploits that. If you play solid football and you're doing what you're supposed to do, you will be in the game, and that's the bottom line. And we got to do better. We cannot make mistakes.
Dante was in street clothes at the end of the game. Did you get word on what happened to him?
Yeah, I think he got a helmet to his leg that kind of bruised up on him, and was not able to finish. Hopefully we'll be able to get him back and get that thing, treated up and be able to play. I mean, obviously we'll know more 24 hours after that thing settles down, and we'll see if it's swelled up any or not.
Speed option, you used it a lot more today. Was that just kind of trying to get into the run game and take advantage of dropping?
Yeah, I mean, I just taking advantage of kind of what they were presenting. I think Sorsby certainly can run and run the speed option. It was a great adjustment for us, I thought, going into this game to be able to get on the edge and the perimeter. The way they play their defense with their 3 big defensive linemen more in the middle with their 2 linebackers. So we're trying to attack the edge and the perimeter for this game, and did a good job of doing that in the run game, and we were able to get some good yards out of it.
Do you feel you did everything you possibly could in that game?
As far as running the ball goes, yes. Obviously, I don't think that I was good enough in the passing game. Thought I was a little inaccurate at times. Thought I made some good throws too, but just got to be more efficient there.
How hard is it to look at the stat sheet and see X and Joe and then combining for 3 receptions?
Yeah, it's never good. I mean, unless we're just dominating a team and we're up by a lot and not throwing it. That's the only situation that should ever happen in. We got to find a way to get those guys the ball. We got to find a way to get all our guys the ball and be able to be efficient in the passing game.
The plan was to run the ball. Did you figure it would be that one-sided though?
Yeah, I mean, obviously we knew that they were a really good pass defense and that we were going to have to be really good running the ball. But you never go into it thinking that you're only going to pass for 66 yards or whatever it was. So we got to be better there. We got to clean that up. Obviously the run game was good, so there's some positive there, but we got to find a way to get back on track with the passing game.
How hard was it to find a groove with, I think it was 8 to 9 false starts?
It was a loud environment, a good environment, so it's always tough to hear. We just got to find a way as a unit to just, lock in and just be focused on what's at task and not let the outside distraction, whether that's the defense, trying to get us to move or whatnot, but, just try to eliminate those mistakes.
You were lobbying the refs a little bit. I mean, so basically when they slap their opponent or their teammate, that sounds like your hand clap.
Yeah, I mean that's probably pretty tough. I would assume for a lineman. So you never know. I don't know if they were doing that or not. I thought obviously they were on the field, but that's tough for the refs to see too. So I mean that's also not really their job. That's pretty tough to see somebody clapping or yelling or something. So like I said, we just got to find a way to make sure that doesn't happen.
Does anything need to change over these next 2 weeks for you guys to bounce back?
I mean, obviously, I got to be more efficient passing the football. We got to find a way to get our playmakers the ball, and then, I think there's positives from this game for sure. I mean, it was a 3-point game with 5-6 minutes left, 4 minutes left, whatever it was. So we just got to find a way to get back on track. And I mean, there's 2 more games, still a lot of ball left, and our goal's still in front of us of going to a bowl game. So we can't let this loss and the past couple of losses just string out and continue to be negative on us. But we just got to find a way to bounce back.
What is it about late in the second quarter? Because I know you guys were deep and back there. There wasn't a whole lot going on, but they get the ball back and they're able to score. And then it seems there's been a lot of momentum flips right at halftime.
Yeah, I mean that goes back to just the overall theme of our games. We got to be able to finish the game, one, and we also got to be able to finish the half. I think if you can take momentum into halftime, it's always a plus. But that starts with us not being able to move the ball there, getting some penalties backed up, and then that makes it tough on our special teams unit, makes it tough on our defense. So it all starts with us, but we just got to find a way to get that first down and continue to move.
Gavin, how tough is it just as a leader, as a veteran, to see the amount of false starts that you guys had tonight?
Being one of the guys that false started myself, I can't do that, and we can't do that if we want to win football games. And we all know that. All 5 of us know that. 4 of us had a false start, and that's unacceptable. We know that we can't do that going on, moving forward. We're gonna fix that.
Was it discipline? Was it them moving late? I think Sat said they were kind of slapping the ends of the defensive ends.
One of them, the one on John. I don't really like that one because they were smacking the nose guard's butt, and it was real loud. I heard it, but I knew it wasn't Sorsby. But then the other 3 really were just our mistake. Mine was we were trying to go fast, and I saw the play clock, and there was 7-8 seconds on the play clock. We were bursting out of the huddle. I was expecting the snap a little early, and I flinched a little bit, and that's what happens.
Was it any louder than any of the other places you've been? Texas Tech, Colorado.
They're all loud in their different ways, but I wouldn't say it was louder than any of them. I think UCF's honestly the loudest place I've ever played, but it's up there for sure.
Josh, how tough just is this stretch right now? Just as a veteran who's played a lot of football, what do you need to do to bounce back next week?
I would just say just finishing. We're right there. I think up until probably 8 minutes left, 6 minutes left, we was right in the game. It was a 3-point game. And, I mean, we had them where we wanted them. We just had to get off the field and stop. We didn't do that. And, we just got to finish. I think just personally, just finish as a whole team, just work on finishing.
You got that fumble. Did you feel that would be a momentum changer?
Yeah, I mean, I think we scored off of that. I think we was right there where we wanted to be at. And we just let up a touchdown. And that just went from there. I just feel like we just got to finish it.
You played a lot of football. Have you ever seen that? There's been so many games that have been like right there, and then like something weird happens, and it goes from close game to not close.
Yeah, I mean that's just football. It's like we say, like it's just that's the momentum that just changes it for them. That's a team that you play them close and they get that one mistake, and then it just goes from there, and it just was one of the situations where we just gotta control. We can control, and that's just our alignment, our assignment, and just go from there. I would say.
Brennan said you guys need to get the ball into the hands of your playmakers. You surprised at all to look down at the stat sheet and see Joe and X only having 3 combined receptions between the 2 of them?
I mean, yeah, a little bit. I think for the most part, when we did protect, we did a good job at that. They dropped 8 a lot, but it's good to see that we ran the ball effectively and efficiently. But definitely need to get the ball into the hands of our playmakers for sure.
This happens to a lot of teams. Kansas State lost tonight. You got to go play them. How do you get going and figure out these last 2 games.
You know, really just sending these seniors out the right way. The guys that have been here for a while and transfers. You know, a lot of people. This university means a lot to a lot of the guys on this team. Pretty much everybody, I would say. And we need to send these guys out the right way. Kind of get back to where we were earlier in the season after that pit loss. Keeping that mentality of, you know, we're not going to let any more slip away from us. Just really just focusing on that and, you know, moving forward.